That's the distance from the vertex to our focus, or where the engine is collecting all of the beams. So we substitute that into our equation. 1 over 4 times 4.5 times x squared. And when we simplify that, it gives us 1 over 18 x squared. So the next thing that we're supposed to find is the depth. So the depth, how deep it is along our y-axis. What we know is how wide it is along the x-axis. And if we look at that value, 4.25, because it's half of 8.5, we can substitute that value into our equation. So we have y equals 1 over 18 times 4.25 squared. And that will give us approximately 1 meter. All right, let's go to the last page, identifying parts from an equation. Identify the vertex, focus, directrix, and axis of symmetry of the parabola. Describe the transformations of the graph of the standard equation with p equals 1 and vertex 0, 0. So we have y equals negative 1/4 times x plus 2 squared plus 1. So because we have a y equals, we know that this is vertical, which takes the standard form y equals 1 over 4p times x minus h squared plus k. So we can, from looking at the equation, identify the vertex. The vertex is at h and k. And those particular values happen to be its opposite of 2, because it has to be in the form x minus h. So that gives us negative 2. And the point, and the other point is 1. All right, next thing, identify, so let's look at finding p. So we have negative 1/4 is what is in front of the x plus 2 squared plus 1. We set that equal to 1 over 4p, like we did yesterday. We multiplied both sides by 4p. So that gives us negative p equals 1. And like yesterday, we did not want a negative p, so p is equal to negative 1. Next thing, focus. So the focus is h and k plus p. So we know our h value is negative 2, and our k plus p, we know our k is 1, and our p is minus 1. So when we simplify that, that gives us negative 2 and 0. Directrix can be found using y equals k minus p So y equals, our k value is 1 minus our p, which was -1. These become positive, so it equals 2. So our directrix is y equals 2. So the other thing that we're supposed to find, let's see, we found the vertex, the focus, the directrix, axis of symmetry. So when we graph this, we would find that our axis of symmetry is x equals -2. And we're supposed to describe the transformations of the graph. So we've been doing this for a while. We have the equation -1/4 x plus 2 squared plus 1. We know that we have a vertical shrink. We know that we have a transformation right. Sorry, transformation left. And we have a transformation up. We also have a reflection because of the negative. So we have a vertical shrink by a factor of 1/4. We have a transformation left by 2. We have a transformation up by 1. And we have a reflection in the x-axis. And this is in relationship to our parent function, which is y equals x squared. And we are working with y equals -1/4 times x plus 2 squared plus 1.